Hey guys, this is Baron Von Raider here, and I'm going to show you guys, this is going to be a special video. This isn't going to be part of any of my series, but this is sort of a how-to on how to attack a game where maybe your team is not as good or as skilled as the other team, and sort of how to attack that mentally and how to attack that in-game. So here we go. So we cap C right off the bat, good. You know, we're going to get B here. I'm covering it using my standard Type 95 class, red dot. Rapid fire, extreme conditioning, quick draw, dead silence. It's a good strong start for us. We get B here. That was that was a little bit of a blunder on my part. I shouldn't have. I probably could have messed with them a little bit more. Probably could have definitely played that better there. I definitely had time. So here we go. I'm definitely gonna backtrack over here to C. Nobody's here, so definitely gonna make sure I can. Cover that, but I see a guy get a kill over there, and that makes me think they're back up in the building. So here we go, but we're losing C, so that's definitely more important. Gonna chuck a grenade. Definitely always use your grenades for points. They're great because you're guaranteed a hit at least, which can be helpful for your team. And here we go. We're losing C and B, and this is tough. I chose B. I don't 100% trust my team to pick up that kill, but that's just what happens. And so here we go. Lose C, not good, but usually you can recover from these pretty easily. But I see that we're losing B, and so you got to play that first. And so pick up the kill. But yeah, it's definitely very, very difficult to. I think from a mental standpoint, when your team is not performing as well as you would like, that is very, very difficult. I used to be one of those guys that was a complete, I was just a fanatic about my kill death. Not necessarily about my kill death, but just getting as many kills as possible. And then I was also, the kind of guy that didn't really play to win, and I would rage quit when my team wasn't doing well, or if I didn't feel like they were pulling their weight. And so I've definitely changed. I'm a much different player. It's probably, last 2 years I've really focused on, really winning. And so yeah, that's what I've tried to do. And it's funny because Black Ops 2, the new competitive feature, it's all about winning. It doesn't factor in your score, it doesn't factor in your kill death, it doesn't factor in any of that. You could be an awful player, and as long as you win, like if you win all your games, you'll be ranked in the top 1% of the world, even if you have a .1 KD. I mean, that's just how it's gonna work. And so some people can disagree with that, but I really like it because it's gonna encourage people to really try to play to win, which that's sort of the point of these game modes. But and sometimes we forget that, and sometimes I forget that. And so it's really cool to see Treyarch do that. Try to push the competitive, and here I am just trying to get up, trying to get a vantage point here on B, see if I can sort of have this locked down, and then maybe my teammates can get up here, and then we can make a more forward push for B. But I get picked off. Not very good. So here I am thinking, hey, why don't I just go back over to C and see if I can flip this spawn here. But the other team, they're still ready for that. You guys saw me try this just a few minutes ago, and it didn't work. And here we go again. Didn't work. I definitely question if they have a motion sensor up there. And so probably a lot of you guys are wondering, do I think anything is cheap? And obviously, I'm using a Type 95, so I can't possibly think that too many things are cheap. So. But I try to use tournament standard classes, things that are allowed in, not necessarily just MLG, but just those lower end, even just game battle stuff. I mean, I try to use that because I know if I ever want to switch to that, I don't want to become reliant on maybe a motion sensor, and all of a sudden maybe if I don't have it, the style I've been using for 4 months or whatever. Maybe I have a hard time adjusting, and I definitely don't want that. So I try to use a similar class setup. And so, you can definitely go over to MLG, you go over to tournaments. I'll see if I can find the link for you guys, definitely put it in my description. For tournament classes, if you guys are interested in, maybe just, not necessarily using those classes, but just interested to see what those classes are. So, yeah, so motion sensor, yeah, no, that's not allowed. It's pretty powerful. I disagree with it being, I thought, the Black Ops 1 motion sensor was pretty cheap, but, the Modern Warfare 3 one is even better, but the reason I don't understand the Modern Warfare 3 one as much is because the Black Ops one was in the same class as Claymore, and then this one's the same class as your secondary grenade. So it's like, why wouldn't you have a motion sensor? Of course. So I don't blame you for using a motion sensor if you use motion sensors at all. I don't blame you. But it's just, it's sort of baffling to see that that choice, because I thought motion sensor was phenomenal in Black Ops 1. I definitely used it some. I didn't, I stopped using it after a while and actually just used C4. But so motion sensor, I'm personally not a fan of. And then, I think when it comes to weapons, it's sort of just a no holds barred sort of thing, because, it's just, I feel like motion sensor forces everybody to use assassin, whereas a gun, it doesn't really force you to use anything, so you can sort of just ignore. You can ignore. You can beat a guy using an MP7. Probably, maybe the only gun unbeatable in the Call of Duty franchise was MP40 from World at War. But all the other guns, I felt like you could beat them. I mean, they're just guns. It's not like something completely cheap. And then, I don't like recon and sitrep. I like them in other modes. I do not like them in search and destroy. I feel like it slows the game down a little bit too much, and I feel like if you can only have one of those, I'd be okay. But you see a lot of teams running that, and why not? Because if you're all running recon and sitrep, you essentially can just totally know where everybody is on the other team, and so. It's really, really powerful, and, those aren't allowed for tournament either, so I tend not to use them. I used to use recon a lot. Definitely took that off my class. So, I'm not calling these things, I'm not blaming you guys if you use them. It's just, that's what you're using, that's cool. I don't have a problem with that. But yeah, I try personally not to use them, because if I ever want to go find a team and start, playing tournament, you can't use those things. So, here we go. So yeah, I don't think though in the Black Ops 2 the competitive feature, I don't believe they will restrict anything. So that'll be interesting to see if something that the tournaments really don't like come up. That'd be interesting to see if they're willing to deal with it and the competitive feature that they'll have. I doubt it, and I trust Treyarch to balance the game. I thought Black Ops 1 was actually, I don't think there was really it wasn't too bad. I mean, Ghost was overused, but it wasn't overpowered. And they're even splitting Ghost up, so it's not gonna be as good. So that was a good move. And so the way the classes look, definitely there's always gonna be overpowered weapons. That's just Call of Duty. That's pretty much just every game not named Team Fortress 2. But there's always gonna be things that are better than others. So we can't get too mad at that. It's just no game-breaking things like one-man army. As much as I love Modern Warfare 2, one-man army was, that was miserable to have in the game. That was awful. But yeah, so here I am just in my Reaper, just trying to, as you guys are watching this gameplay, it's just, we're not able to pick up enough kills, and that's the problem. And so, you can talk about objective all you want, but... And I love playing the objective. I love players who play the objective who are just constantly after that. I'm actually going to be putting up right after this video a purely objective video that I play on, I believe it's Bootleg. So, I'm definitely pro objective, but if you can't get kills, you're not going to win. And so, we just could not get the kills, I think, to compete with the other team. Most of them finished positive. I had like the most kills by far in this lobby, but that didn't mean anything. We were not able to really act as a group. And, it's disappointing. I can't get on headset right now because my headset and my controller actually are not compatible, because I have, I have a specialized controller that I'm using, just Scuff. I'm sure many of you guys know that brand. And so, yeah. Here, yeah, this was, it's painful for me to watch this. I was getting, really frustrated with myself at a lot of these points that, why couldn't I get over to C? Why couldn't I get over to A? I should have picked this kill up. I'm more criticizing myself than others, because, I can fix myself. I can't fix who I play with. I can fix my game, though. So, I think that's a pretty important attitude to have, is just try to consistently get better. Every time you lose, every time you do bad, just try to get better. And so... So yeah, this was a rough game. The only way we were gonna win that is a trip cap, which is why I went for A. But clearly that I knew realistically that was not gonna happen. But I tried anyways. Um, but I think it's important to always try not to quit these games. You know, because I imagine if I left, if I left this team, and this team probably would have gotten completely destroyed. Everybody would have quit it out. It would have been a forfeit match, Which that's not fun. I want to at least give the other team a little bit of a rent for their money. But yeah, definitely a rough game for us. But thanks. This has been Baron Von Raider and just my ideas on when you don't get as skilled of a team. And drop a like, a comment. Definitely sub if you want to. And thanks for dropping in. And I hope to see you next time.